goes into a Shroud, and you don't really have that one-shot capability anymore.
Yeah, and I want to be balanced here. This was a very fun game.
Oh, it was a great game.
And DRX played well. Deft was amazing in this one. I still don't think that changes the fact this was an ego draft by RNG, thinking they could just style on them. And then fights like this where you're noticing, you know, the range of Deft really comes in huge.
Yeah, the fact that Deft had to pilot around all these dangerous threats that we've identified, you know, yes, it is an ego draft, but you're also playing an incredible team. And so the fact that Deft never got popped early in fights was like the most important thing this entire game. I think Piosik had a great game on the Maokai, providing that peeling for him the entire time, locking down key targets. You also had some great engages by Barrel on that Rel pick, locking down this short-range team. But it was really the Deft show here. I think he ended with 9 kills at the end of it, just resetting through team fights over and over again.
Racking them up on that Tristan. I like the thought on Piosik too, because once it comes down to the final team fight as well around Hextech Drake Soul, right? Gets the smite secure. And sometimes that's what you need, right? Who knows if the smite had gone the other way and the Hextech Soul hops on over to RNG's side if the fight would have turned out differently. So every member on DRX stepping up in their own way here to make sure that they would get the win.
Yeah, and I mean, steal for steal, right?
I was about to say, yeah.
There was a Baron steal that kept RNG in this game.
From Xiaohu, yeah.
From Xiaohu with stealing it with the Blanc, and then able to come back and secure the Hextech Soul. My crystal ball pick for most taken, Drake. Looked pretty good this game.
There were
like
five of them because RNG had 1, and then DRX got 4. So
I'm like so weirdly invested in having the right pick for the most taken.
I told you it's going to be either Mountain or Hextech because they're the most advantageous Drakes. So anytime they're up, people are actually going to fight for them and go for them.
Also, head tap to Zeka. There are a couple fights where Deft did drop, and he was able to kind of save some of those.
More damage than Deft.
Yeah, I think Deft got a lot of resets and survived a lot of things through the back end of the fight. Yeah. But whenever the enemy went in, it was also kind of him going for that kind of counter engage, and there not being a ton of tools to deal with this slippery Akali.
Yeah. So, well, I mean, honestly, what an interesting game. I want to echo your sentiment from earlier. It was so exciting to watch.